I'm just setting off from home, from Aberdeen, and I was hoping to have somebody else in the car today going down with me, but they've decided not to come. Never mind. And so I'm heading down to Glasgow, and tomorrow there is a rally, an EV rally taking place, starting at George Square in the centre of Glasgow, and then with a convoy of cars driving up to Stirling, where there's a few different things happening there. So it should be quite fun and good to meet a lot of other folks, and at the same time to promote EVs. So that's all good. I'm just driving down via, I think, Dundee, and then probably Stirling services, actually. Get a charge there. Oh, there goes an i3. And then get a charge up maybe Riverside Museum in Glasgow, which is not very far from where my folks live, where I'm going to stay tonight. So it should be fairly straightforward, actually, the journey up and down, and then I hope to have a bit more video at the actual thing tomorrow. So that's my plan for this Friday and Saturday, to see what is happening there. The warning light has just come on in the car, 8 miles to go, having done, how many, 64 miles down the well, it's not a motorway, the dual carriageway, the A90, and I was averaging, well, I had the cruise control set between 60 and 65 on the way down. So this is back to the same charger at the Ice Arena in Dundee. So here's hoping. I'm not in any rush going down this evening. I'm gonna have grub on the way down, so I'm not rushing to get down and have dinner or anything like that. So if there's somebody else charging there, there's somebody else charging there. If not, then all the better. And I can't quite see just yet as I come down to it, but it looks like it's clear. Yep, it's all clear. And green lights and cables lying all over the place. Right, excellent. "21 kilowatt hours of energy put into the battery in 38 minutes at Dundee." So it was at 99% when I came back to the car. This was the same charger that had last weekend, in one of the times I used it, had just randomly stopped charging at 71%. Strange. So that's all good. I'm heading down to Stirling, so I'm not short on range or anything, so I can just set the cruise at 70 miles an hour on the motorway once I'm on that. So that's all nice. One thing that's happened the last couple of days, which is a bit weird, is that I've never had this before, but I've had two just random texts from Renault. So you can set up the online services with a number of different kind of features, and one of these is that you are emailed with information about the car. So when the car is fully charged, you get an email to let you know that it's fully charged, that kind of thing. You can also set it to send a text alert if the battery level is low. So I sometimes get those. In fact, I think I had one in the last video that had come through when I was just arriving at the charger. But I've had two messages today and yesterday saying, I can't remember the exact wording, I'll put it up on the screen, but saying something along the lines of warning, battery level low, and the battery level is like 58%. So there's clearly something's gone a little bit awry with the servers at Renault's end, where this communication gets sent out. So we'll see. It's done it. That was the first time it's ever done it yesterday, and I thought, oh, that's a bit of a strange thing. And then it did it again today. So I should have had a look to see. I can't remember if it was at the same time each day that it came through. I don't think it was. I'm not sure. I'd have to check the messages. So need to keep an eye on that, because that's a bit of a funny one. Right. Stirling services. I will put this, while I get to the red traffic lights here, into the sat nav and see how far it is to go. See a blue light on a charger, so that looks like the charger right down there. That may mean that it's already been used. I'll go down and check it out. If it's already being used and it's going to be a while before the person's finished, I'm probably just go to the other charger. La, 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 la. I'm trying to see what kind of car. Well, it looks like it's a Leaf, so I'll probably just be able to plug into the AC side. Anyway, yes, it's okay. Topped up to 98% at Riverside Museum. So when I arrived, there was another Leaf charging, and they are going to the rally tomorrow as well. So they're down from Linlithgow, I believe it was. So doing very much the same thing I'm doing, staying with family here. And so they were nearly finished, around 80-something% when I arrived, and unplugged at 95%. And they said they'd had a few issues with that charger. It had taken a couple of attempts before it started, and it did exactly the same thing with me. It took about 4 attempts, I think, before it started charging, and each time it kind of it clicked in, like it was going to charge, and then there was like you heard a thump, and then it stopped charging. I've had that a few times with chargers, not very often, but a few times. But this one, I really thought, this is not going to let me charge. However, it worked in the end. Though not super fast working. I think it was charging at a slower rate. Though of course the car was, it wasn't empty when I plugged in, but so I would expect it to be a little bit slower because the two cars were plugged in initially, but that maybe it would have sped up a little bit as it went on. Right, I'm trying to remember how do I get back on the road from here now. I came off the expressway, how to get back on it. Clyde Partick, that might be the way. Right, all right, I'll see you in the morning. There's a mirror. Yes, I like that. Nice little feature. And this one's what, 3-4 years old?
4 years.
Oh, you can see that's the motor is all down there.
Yes.
Yeah, and the battery pack. And in the gears are all internal in the hub.
They are.
Nice.
Yes. Yes, in that hub.
Yes.
And then this hub does.
Oh, that's
lighting.
the dynamo thing.
So
yeah.
An LED light.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
And I think.
Yes.
I think there's
On the back.
2 lights at the back. Isn't
Yeah.
there?
There are.
there are
Yes, it like
lights.
it. Yes. Yeah. Very nice.
And it actually, you can put the light onto sensor.
Yeah, so it just comes on
and it
automatically.
when you go through a tunnel or something.
Oh yeah,
So
just
it
like
would come on.
the car does. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and these are the controls for the actual electric
Yes.
bits.
So you just put
Yeah.
it on power.
Yeah.
And it automatically goes on the sport one, the middle one.
Okay. Yes.
So that one's eco and that one's power.
Power.
And that's showing the state of your battery.
Yep.
So it's very simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've put on a little
Of course.
computer
Little-
and
yes.
also a little bell
Excellent.
for when you're on the cycle path. and there are
Indeed.
people
Very
around.
important.
Yeah.
All right.
So you want to go?
Let me-
Yeah, going nicely, I think. Keep pedaling. Very fast.
But it's seamless.
Seamless.
Yes.
I know. I know. Pity you can't try it on a hill.
That's cool. It is Glasgow weather, which is a shame for this rally. And it's 9:15. We need to get moving here so we can get to where we're going, to George Square. And we are. So I've just tried an electric bike. So I'm staying with my mum and my stepdad, and my mum's going to come with me to George Square part of what's going on anyway. I don't want to put my seatbelt on. She's not even in the car yet. So they've been just in the last few months been doing a lot of work to the house, and solar cells getting put onto the roof, which is great. And then you get weather like this, so not an awful lot happening with them at the moment, but on a sunny day, doing quite well. And then I had a try on an electric bike, which they've just got 2 electric bikes, and that's interesting. quite fun. I'll wait until she's in the car, and then we can have a blether about those.
Those are now generating.
Ah,
I just checked
so you've
before
just
coming
checked
out.
before.
Yeah.
And that, when you say they're generating, the wheel is...
No, I didn't check that bit, but
right.
on the meter thing,
Yes, you can
that
see it
the
going up.
export meter, once it stops, there's a little red light comes on. And when I checked first thing this morning, it was still on.
Ah, good.
But now it's off.
Yeah, now it's off, so it is.
So
Okay,
it's generating.
good. All right, everyone, this is my mum.
Hello.
So I just mentioned about the solar panels. So you had how many panels added?
We've got 4 at the front
Yeah.
and 10 at the back, so 14 all together.
And it's a pitched roof, so it's the ones at the front. Unfortunately, just the way it is, they're the ones that would get the most.
They would get
Sun.
the most because they're facing south,
Yeah.
southwest, I think.
Right.
And then the other ones are northeast, or I think it's northeast and southwest.
Yes.
So that's what the
just
map said.
the way the house is. Yeah.
But in the summer, the ones that are on the north side still get it all morning.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
I mean it's going to be November, December, January.
Yes,
These
the
will be
other
worst,
really quiet times for
because the sun just doesn't get high enough up
Right.
early enough
Yes.
to go on them.
Yes. But with the costs of the solar panels coming down, and
And the feed-in
and the feed-in tariff that you've managed to get on just before they changed it,
Yes.
it should work out fine.
Well, they say it might take 10 years to get your money back.
Okay.
But that's not the reason that
Sure.
we're doing it, really.
Yeah. What
And
you're doing it for is the joy of watching your
My
meter go
going
backwards.
I know it gives me great delight.
Oh dear. An Aberdonian at heart, really. Just. But you need to get a new meter.
We do need to get a new
Yeah.
meter.
Yeah.
So, but at the moment, we're now down about 50 kilowatt hours on the meter reading.
From what it was.
From when they installed it.
Yeah.
So we're definitely making more than we're using.
Yes.
But that's August into September.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that.
No,
So-
for the rest of the year. Yeah. Would be nice.
And I'm
Would be
still
nice.
doing my switching things off, as you
Oh,
know.
absolutely. Staying at it's a Wi-Fi dead zone because
During the night.
because there is no Wi-Fi at apart from brief half-hour moments when it's turned on, or when you can surreptitiously go around and turn it on.
Did you put it on?
No, I didn't. Well, no, actually, I did. I put your extender on because the bedside lamp was on the same thing.
So it went on.
It did go. It was on at night, but I think you turned off the main.
But Robin had put the Wi-Fi on downstairs. He went to put the computer on, and it was doing like about 16 updates because we'd been away.
Oh, of course.
So you might have got a quarter of an hour's worth.
A brief moment. Oh dear. And then the other thing is you have been thinking about an electric car for some point in the future.
Because this one's just so lovely.
It is, and there are many more choices now available.
Yeah.
And as you're saying, second-hand too, which makes might even make us having a second car a possibility. But you've got your electric bikes.
But yes.
In the meantime.
No, I know that they don't give you the same distance.
It's a slight range.
There is a range
issue.
problem, but it's just lovely cycling along, and the hills are as nothing.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So having just ridden it, my first impression was, this is a bit underwhelming because you don't.
Well, you weren't going far enough.
No, yes, I wasn't going far enough to get kind of tired out or anything. But you don't hear anything.
Yes.
It's completely
silent,
but you don't even. There's no jerks in the kind of power delivery or anything that makes you think, oh, now it's going.
It's just very cleverly designed.
Very well designed. So you only realise when you turn it off, and then it's mamma mia. This is a heavy bike, and I'm really having to push.
Yeah. No, you do realise it when you certainly realise it when you're going up hills, and you didn't.
I was just on the level.
Yeah. But when you're going along the level on a bigger distance than you were doing, because you were just going up to the end of the road and back.
Yes.
You're whizzing along at a huge rate of knots.
Yeah.
Much more so than just.
Well, yes. So that's what you realised. I could tell I was picking up speed. Much faster without as much energy as you would ordinarily.
If you were doing a commuting journey,
it'd be great.
It would.
Yeah. So all those years you were cycling in and out into the city.
I did 3.3 miles each trip.
So 6.5 miles. Every day.
Yeah.
But facing the gauntlet of buses and all the rest.
No, I wasn't, because I was going along the cycle path. It was along the side of the Clyde. And it mostly it wasn't on roads.
It was okay. Yeah.
And then in the centre of Glasgow, it was Buchanan Street.
I'm going to come off here, don't I?
Or the cathedral.
Yeah.
No, I'm not very sure about directions.
Well, this is probably picking it up the sat nav by now.
Right. You rely on that.
I do rely on it like a mug sometimes. Yeah. There you are, cathedral. It's even got its signposted. Yes. So.
Yes, it wasn't hilly, really.
Yeah, I saw some when I was charging last night at the museum. That's on the bike path, isn't it? Because I saw a number of cyclists zipping along because the charger is at that end of the car park. It's right there.
Right. Yeah. No, it's on the other side of the expressway, I think, from where the museum is. Is that right?
Well, this one wasn't. It was right at the. So you had the expressway, and then there's another kind of local road that would take you to the SECC as well, I guess, and then the bike path, and then all the car park for the museum.
Oh, right.
Maybe it isn't the actual cycle path there.
But the only problem with it is broken bottles, because it's Glasgow. Especially Buckfast. The monks of Buckfast Abbey have a lot to answer for in Glasgow area and Greater Glasgow. That's for sure. Aye. So we are doing a very roundabout route to get to the square, to George Square here, because there's a whole, what did you say, there's a whole new bus kind of route? Bus enforcement lane or something. No, a bus lane. Just a bus lane. A bus lane. Which we were accused of going into. But it wasn't your car. It wasn't our car. Yes, the bizarrest thing. But we have heard, now whether this is an exaggeration, that Glasgow City Council have made a couple of £1 million out of that one bus lane. Wow. So you don't want to add to that? No, you sure don't. Okay. That's George Square there, isn't it? Is that George Square right there? So I want to go round because it's on the southwest. I think we're going into it on the southwest corner. Right. And along this one, looking good. So far, so good. Yes, I think this should be spot on. We're just getting in at this, down at the other end on this side. We will see. Is this southeast? This will be southeast corner here. Yeah. So, well, that's perfect. A lot of stewardy type people around. Look, lots of Outlanders and Oh, here's some already.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them all.
Yeah. Oh, way up.
How did he know it was you?
Have you got your eye? They all recognise all the cars, you see.
Yeah.
Different cars. Aye, just shove that on. I'll put that for you. Hi there. Oh, yeah, good, thanks.
Good. Right, we're just getting
Getting everyone in place. No
We'll
problems.
get you in there.
Great.
Second.
No worries. Look at this i8. BMW i8. That's
Horrible,
quite
isn't it?
nice looking, isn't it?
Just out of curiosity, whilst you're here, how do you find the Zoe?
The Zoe, great, yeah. So I've done however many, 13,000 miles. And yeah, it's been super.
Yeah.
18 months or so.
Is it your primary
Yeah.
car or secondary?
We have two cars, but this is my car that I use all the time, and
Commutes?
this is my 4th journey up and down from Aberdeen to the Central Belt in the last 4 weeks.
How
so
far is that? Sorry, I'm from
Aberdeen-
I'm from London, so I got no
it's
idea.
about 160 miles down and
Okay, so that's a
back.
sizable-
So yeah, so a
journey.
couple of charges on the way, and
Rapid charges.
coffee breaks and all the rest.
It's just
and-
it's actually quite nice inside as well. I
Yeah.
find.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's because it's got all the sat nav
Yeah.
and all the gizmos that you want.
And do you
yeah.
do you rent the battery or did you buy it outright?
I'm doing the rental because they weren't doing the
Buying
thing when I bought
How do you
this.
find that? Is that if
it's-
you had to do it again, would you buy the battery or would you?
I'm not sure. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep this.
Right,
so
okay.
then it might if you're not going to keep it, then the rental might make more sense because you're not having to put all the upfront cost into buying the battery right up front.
Yeah.
It kind of spreads the load of that. But I don't know. I quite like
Have
the
a think
rental
about it
thing.
and I'll come back to
I
you
know.
on that
No,
one later.
I quite like the rental thing, but
Because I'm genuinely considering.
yeah. Well, I can recommend it. It's a great little car.
If
Fantastic for.
If you're in London, does that mean you don't have to pay the
No congestion charge.
Well, I'm just outside London.
Yeah,
I very rarely drive into London
Yeah.
itself. I'm just sort of on the outskirts of London
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
if you were
my
taking
commute,
it in,
my commute to work is, I think it's about 16 miles a day.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
that'd
just
be perfect.
to have
ideal.
a petrol
Yeah.
car.
Yeah,
just
it doesn't make sense.
I mean, this
No,
is
no.
what we do. We actually organise electric vehicle events. So
Yeah.
from my
Yeah.
point of view,
It would make
Yeah.
sense.
I've driven
Definitely.
pretty much every vehicle that's
That's right.
that's
Yeah.
here, and it
Yeah.
just doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense to me anymore. really.
No. I can understand that. Yeah.
Right,
Interesting.
I think,
Yeah.
I think we're about ready for you.
Alrighty.
Okay, just make your way down. Please be careful.
Yeah.
with
Yeah. No
pedestrians.
problems. Righto. Cheers. Hi there.
We're just getting a row.
Yes.
The car's
So
facing
just
this way, so it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
adjacent to that. So your
Next to
car's
the
gonna
Outlander.
try
Yeah.
and get in line with that Renault. Actually, we're trying to get it so it's.
Right.
So
No
we're
problems.
just like a-
In some kind of yeah. That's fine.
Where that gently standing there, if you're back of your
Oh,
vehicle.
yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No problems.
well, there's another Zoe there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the camera. That's just beautiful.
Spot on. Okay. Thanks. Oh, I do like the, see the interior of this one, that's kind of recycled eucalyptus wood or something like that. Isn't it beautiful?
It does.
It's really nice. Yeah.
We used to have walnuts.
That's
when you
right.
went to school.
Yes, that's very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. Very sweet. This is where we are in Glasgow here. Model S P85 performance version. Pretty sweet. Nice to be inside. Now what's weird about this, because I used to have a Mercedes, is that a lot of this switchgear I recognise because it is the same switchgear I used to have in the car with the previous Mercedes I had. So that is kind of funky. But this is a very nice car. I wasn't sure what one of these would be like inside. It is the suede finish on the top here, carbon fibre. Very nice indeed. Oh, if only the budget would stretch. Dream on. Just had the kind of speech by the transport guy, and everyone's heading back to their cars after the events in George Square. Robert Llewellyn has just moved his Model S Tesla from in front of me in the BMW i8 that was there with a Leaf and a kind of photo op thing. They're just moving out the road, so we're just kind of all getting in place, I think, ready to head off. So been a good morning. The weather has been awful. The west of Scotland, what do you do with it, huh? So the weather's not been great, but very good meeting people and chatting with folks here. A great range of different cars, and had a few conversations with people that didn't know much about EVs that happened to be walking through. It's good. And then meeting a lot of other people, including quite a few people who have watched this video series on life with the Renault ZOE. Indeed, a number of folks that had got their ZOE having watched all of these, so that was great. So now we're ready to head off up the road to Stirling, all in convoy together. I have in front of me a stepladder. Here comes the photographer ready to move it, because the stepladder was a little bit in the way. Yeah, it's been kind of fun. It's been good seeing a couple of cars, like the people version of the Nissan EV N200 van, but as a family car, it just does not look good. I mean, it really is just a van, so I can't really quite see myself getting one of those to replace our Picasso. That's not good, is it? But hey ho. Yes. Yeah, good fun this, to meet up. Over 60 cars, I think, here. 3, 4, maybe 4, was it 3 or 4 BMW i8s, quite a few i3s, lots of course of Zoes and Leafs, lots of Outlanders. There must be at least 4 or 5 Tesla Model S's here. And I saw there's a Fleet Drive company that are doing leases on Model S's. And I thought, oh, that sounds good. Or even the base model, over £700 a month. Ouch, ouch. However, I did hear for the first time that there is a government loan scheme being put in place that will give you up to £60,000 interest-free loan in order to buy an EV, and you would pay that off over 10 years. That's better than all the loan things that I get like I'm paying for the loan for this. So for our next car, for the family car, very interesting indeed. That could be quite a doer. Make that much more doable. So yeah, that opens doors that otherwise might not have been there. Need to find out more about that. I'm not sure if that's launched yet or if they are just going to be launching that. But that's cool.
Let's hear some noise for Glasgow!
All good fun.
And it's a special thing, if you drive an EV, the traffic lights are always green.
Oh, good.
Proud to be an EV driver. The ENV 200 from Co-Wheels.
We're off.
The noise. Thank you very much. Sorry about the traffic.
I'm in Stirling, and do you know what? I think I missed an exit, and I'm stuck in terrible traffic here trying to get into Stirling, and yeah, I don't know. I guess I was thinking about something else driving along, and I suddenly realised, hang on a minute, I'm not seeing any other cars in this rally around me, and then so I don't know. I don't know. I thought I was just kind of following the sat nav, but I'm not sure if the sat nav took me a slightly different kind. It feels like it's taken. Well, it has. It's taken me kind of up, and then coming into Stirling from the other side. And I really should just follow the cars in front of me, which is what I was kind of intending to do. But I was obviously just enjoying the drive and not really thinking about it. Anyway, I'm now stuck in a 1 p.m. Stirling Saturday traffic jam. I don't know what that's all about. Something strange going on there. Unless this is all in trying to get into the hotel. I'm about 0.9 of a mile away from the hotel at the moment. We will see. So I won't be surprised if I'm the last person to get here now, after my, I think, a detour. I don't know. Oh, it's bizarre. Anyway, miserable weather the whole way up, just bucketing rain. And this is what happens when you organise events for September in the west coast of Scotland. The only month really to organise things in the west coast of Scotland is May. I think generally May is drier. Otherwise, well, this is what's going to happen. So the moral of the story is, read the letter that was thrust in your hand, which, when I had another quick look at it, said use another entrance into the university. So I'm going off to try and find that other entrance into the university, and which I think must be kind of around here somewhere. We'll see. It looks like it's right around the other side. So that would help, wouldn't it? Actually use the right entrance. Well, there's a few cars going by there that are part of the rally. So, I mean, okay, blimey, this is more complicated than I thought it would be. Trying to get in here. Right, here we go. Roundabout Innovation Park. I'm going to go down this way and see if this works. Because the queue getting in is Freshers Week. So the queue getting into the, I mean, it's all families dropping off their kids, and mamma mia, it's busy. Right, so I'm going to pop around here, see if I can find my way around this way here, and blimey. So organising this for the same week as Freshers Week is clearly not a good idea. Oh dear. Anyway, I have turned around. I'm going back. I can see there was a road off when I was driving back down this way. I thought, I wonder if that's the road. And I just kind of kept on the main road, and I should have taken that road up. So the signposting is not good for the innovation park that I was headed for. I saw a signpost and I thought, yay, that's it, that's what I need. And then when you got to a big roundabout, there was no signpost telling you which one to go on. So I went over the roundabout, past it, and missed it. All right, I think I may be on the way. This has been the most ridiculous part of the whole thing. Forget EVs and any complications you might have with EVs. That's nothing. It is trying to get to places, dodgy directions, and all the rest. That's the problem. Dear. Stirling Court Hotel, here are the signs. Hallelujah. Ah, I see a plethora of EVs in front of me. Hallelujah. Need a ticket to validate at reception. Exactly. All right. Say hello. Hi. And who's this over here? There we go. And fellow Zoe drivers. Excellent. And enjoying the car? Brilliant. You love it. That's awesome. Fab. Superb. Robert, yes, fantastic to see you here. Thank you. The way up, and you're an inspiration for many of us in what you've been doing, and advocacy for EV cars and all of that, and even for the video blogs. Right. It was you and Bjorn.
Bjorn Nyland,
with Nyland, yeah, exactly. I thought, well, that's why I'm doing this Renault ZOE thing.
Right.
So I guess you've given us a lot to think about, and your talk brilliant, hilarious, all the rest today. What do you see as the next big step for EVs?
God, the next big. I mean, it's hard not to just go for the very obvious sort of longer range.
Yeah.
Which because I mean, I must admit, I don't. I think most people who drive electric cars a lot go, yeah, there are disadvantages.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't drive to the south of France on one go. But
it takes you 2 charges.
But there's so many. There's so many. There's so many. You know, advantages that people who haven't driven electric cars don't know about.
Yeah.
You know, the cost of running it, the ease of running it, the ease of driving it, all those things. So I think those
the performance, which folks never talk about.
Yes, the performance is extraordinary.
Yeah.
So I think that, and I think that it's just got to be an expansion of what we're seeing, the absolute tiny seeds of. You know, like that you come to a car park. You know, it'll be induction charging plates under every place you stop a car, so you don't think about, oh, I've got to charge. If you're not using your car, it's charging. That would be an amazing world to live in. So I think induction charging has got a way to go technologically, but it does work. I've seen it work. It works.
It works. It works for my phone.
Yes.
You just
so
put
why
it down.
free
So why
charging?
isn't it not?
You know, if we'd all been parked here and all our cars would have charged for the last 4 hours, but they're not doing anything. We're not waiting for them. You know, that's the. I think that will be a big change.
Making it as seamless as possible.
Yes, a seamless, integrated electric car infrastructure. That's what we're after.
Thank you.
I've used the Charge Your Car app to go and find a charge point. So there's one apparently near cinema, and one of the folks I met, Andy, who's another Zoe owner, he'd also heard that there was a charge there, so I might meet him there yet to charge up and get a little charge. I don't need very long, I just need enough to get up to Perth, really. So we'll see. And I've put that into the phone because the app just connects you directly to the phone, which is why you can hear the directions being called from the phone. It's very confusing. I've got the sat nav on the car going to one place and the phone going to another place. Very confusing. So do I feel brave? And now I've actually put in the distance to Perth, and it's 34 miles, and I have 34 miles of range on the car. Ooh, so that just that makes me think, I should just try it. I should just go for it. No, I'll go and see if there's anyone here. It's not far until the charger, so I'll see if there's 5 cars waiting there. I may just risk it and drive gently and carefully up to Perth, and then I'll get a rapid charge there. But this charger was not on the list. We were given a list of charge points that were available, and this one was not on that list. Maybe it might be free. It's at the View Cinema, which apparently is down here somewhere, though I can't see it anywhere. There's a Premier Inn, a Nando's, so there's a big car park here, so this is there's the View Cinema. This is exactly where you'd expect to see one, and indeed there are a couple of cars there, so I'm going to go and join them and see if there's a massive queue waiting to use that charger. If, this is a big if, I can find a way into the car park. I've never been down here before. This is the other good thing about EV driving, is that you find yourself going to places that you have, not that one, that you have never been to before. Right, we'll head over. I can see a Zoe and an Outlander plugged in here, and we'll see. If there's no one else waiting, I might just let it charge up a bit more once this other Zoe is away. So this is the motor of my Zoe, the old motor, and charging here is the new RG40, right? Motor. very, very different. It's much more compact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really have. Interesting. Brakes, control electronics,
Sure. Sorted. Thank you very much.
and the motor right down there. Very compact and neat. Of our car, our dodgy parking. Look at our both of us with our dodgy parking. Oh dear, I don't need must with it on the side like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's practical with the wooden side doors.
Yeah. Hey, that's not bad, is it? If you're using that as there are a few of these up in Aberdeen that businesses are using.
Yep.
And I've seen around, so that's pretty good. Yeah. You're making a sandcastle kind of thing going on in here. So.
Yeah.
This is all exactly the same as you'd get in a Leaf, isn't it? That system there. Yeah. It's actually not bad, is it? I mean, for a van, yeah. And this is all just exactly the same, isn't it? That's Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. Leathery bits. Plasticky bits. Oh dear. Yeah, that's for regenerative braking. You can do into different modes, isn't it? And you go to the B mode for the it's cool. Charged up to 99%, and then another 20 minutes of kind of blethering with folks here. There was one other Zoe waiting, but it wasn't long, maybe 15-20 minutes. And so there's a brand new Zoe that's just there now. I'm just leaving behind, a week old, and there's actually somebody who wasn't coming up for the EV rally, was bringing up their son for the university. So a week in and already doing a 400-mile trip from, where was it now? Kind of northeast England anyway, something like that. So all power to them for that. Right, so I'm heading back now to, and because I've got 99%, I'm going to go all the way to Dundee and just one more stop on the way back, rather than having to stop at Perth. So that's great. I'm on the motorway on the M9, heading towards Perth, having left Stirling. Cruise control is set at 70 and 51 miles to Dundee, 65 miles on the range. So no worries on just cruising along at VMAX, as one might say. In fact, VMAX is 87 miles per hour of this car, but in these circumstances, VMAX is 70 because of the speed limit. It was good having. I managed to get, as I probably have shown you already, a wee snippet of a video with Robert Llewellyn, who in his lovely Tesla, which I was showing off to my mum in the hope that maybe she'll, birthday present and all that would be nice. And he mentioned on a trip down to Italy that he's only had the car for 3 months, already been to Italy in it. Kudos, nice one. And he, I think through Germany, I think it was in his own car. It might have been another car. I might be getting this story all completely wrong, but anyway, it was in a Tesla on the autobahns doing 125 miles per hour on the autobahn, and he said that cars were flying past him even at that speed, going so fast past that you couldn't even tell what car it was that had driven past. that's a little bit scary. Yes, VMAX means something very different in if you're on an autobahn, clearly. Right, well, it's starting to get a little dark. The clouds are very heavy, the roads are wet, but it is not raining at this very moment. So make hay while the sun is not shining, and get up the road as quick as possible is my plan. A little bit of regen while I come up to a roundabout here and let the car get some energy back. I just it's been lovely seeing so many people on this journey who have been watching these videos, and what's really good about it is so many folks just saying how good it is to see I guess it's a legitimate opinion. So somebody who's really using the car. It's not a journalist who's only got the car for a few days. The wee ding ding there, by the way, which is a slightly different quality of ding ding from the sat nav, is because we are entering into an average speed camera zone here, and so on the sat nav it's a slightly different warning image, and you get a different chime. Very good. So, however, it's still 70 mile an hour limit, so I will gently cruise up to that limit and then set the cruise control for the rest of the way. So yes, I think that providing video clips that are just very upfront and honest about what life is like with the both with a Zoe and an electric car, but also in dealing with the infrastructure and the pros and cons that go with the infrastructure are helpful to folks getting that idea of what it's like, and especially if you're making a decision to go for an EV or not, seeing somebody that's already doing it, very helpful. So that's been great, very fun to meet folks that are have taken the plunge. Yeah, good. I'll tell you, this day has been absolutely fantastic for all the conversations with people. So I'm at the Dundee charger, 94%. I've actually been here for nearly half an hour, and when I arrived, there was another of the Nissan EV N200s, which the kind of van, Nissan with the kind of Leaf motor and battery pack, and it's the MPV version, 5-seater one, that one, and loads of space in the back, as we said. Bit utilitarian, but I guess very easy to clean and all that as a result of that. And it is a car club car, the Co-Wheels, and the guy that's with it is the guy who runs Co-Wheels up here. So a good chat with him about how that's working, and the complexities of running a fleet of electric cars with people who are borrowing them, who are not necessarily know an awful lot about EVs, which, as you can imagine, could be quite challenging. There he goes. He's just unplugged and is about to pull away past with and there's lots of logos on this one. And so they have an awful lot of customer support in with folks that have got and it's not usually with cars, I don't think. It's usually with the infrastructure, with trapped cables and all the rest. So the kind of things that if you own an EV, you kind of get used to how to do. But of course, if you're just renting a car, you kind of just want it to work and all of that. And so I can imagine that is quite a challenge. They've got 2 hydrogen cars coming to Aberdeen soon, and there is nowhere to plug a hydrogen car in to get hydrogen at the moment. Won't be until next year sometime. So I guess they'll be sitting as glorified paperweights for a while. Anyways, I've got my coffee, I've got a burger, and I'm gonna nibble those for the next sort of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, get up to 99%, and then back to Aberdeen. Right. Okay, 99% at Dundee, and 73 miles on the range. So my the last charge, basically the whole charge, my whole usage was 70 miles an hour on the motorway. So you can see the effect that it's having on the range. So I guess though, if I kind of did the same thing, I probably would get to back up to Aberdeen, which is, let's put in home. I have home set as one of my favourites, of course. So one press and I am there. If only, because this is really busy. There's a game on at the ice arena, big ice hockey game, so it is heaving, cars everywhere. I have to wait here to let cars go by. Warning, not enough battery charge, it says. I will just ignore that, as is my wont. 66 miles and 73 on the clock. Now, that 73 should be pretty accurate for a kind of fast journey. So I can probably cruise up at 65 without any worries. It's not too cold or anything. Coming down to the 40 limits on the A90 just as you come into the city, and I kind of cruised up the last 20 miles at 70, and before that kind of starting at 60, 65 for a bit, and then the rest of the way. So I have made up some time. I think, what did it say, 7:58 was my, or something like that was the estimated arrival time. It's now saying 7:54, so that's always nice to get a bit of time back. And I have 10 miles still on the clock, just tipped down to 9 miles still on the clock, with a mile and a half to go to home. And I will try and charge up at the Duthie Park charger, but 95% sure it will be blocked by the Co-Wheels car, and no doubt the other side of the charger is still not working. So I actually heard today from I think that the council have been on to the manufacturer of this particular charger, which keeps on giving problems, to get something done with it, kind of once and for all, get something done with it. It's always the same problem. It's the same error message. I think it's driver com error, so it'll be a communications error thing, I assume. So that would be nice if that was fixed and it stayed kind of reliable for a while, because then it would free up the charger for the rest of us that use it. I've seen a BMW i3, a kind of bronze Mercedes-Benz BMW i3. I do think the i3 looks good in that colour. It's a strange colour that you wouldn't have on other cars, I don't think, but it does look good on the i3. And it is somebody who lives near me, and they are in the same boat as me in that they don't have a charger at home, so they're reliant on the public charging system too. Somebody who was at the EV rally knows the lady who owns that car, and so told me a bit about that. It's a very small world, and you get to know folks. You definitely get to know folks more through these kind of networks, these connections. So it's all good. Right, here we are, Polmuir Road. Just about to arrive. And we'll go under the railway line. And my new bulb is not too bad. I think there is a little bit of a funny sort of shadow I noticed last night. Not sure if that should be there or not, but kind of just right in the middle of your normal where you're driving, where you're kind of looking, which is a bit obnoxious, but right, the Zoe is there. I can see as I come round, and it is plugged in, and the other one is red as usual, but 9 miles left, so I'll be fine for tomorrow. Don't have any long distances to do tomorrow. Oh, and there's the there's sun. He's looking strangely at me because I still have the sticker on the front of the car, the rally sticker, and so he's going to go and have a look. He's obviously off to the corner shop. I've caught him. Right, very good. Oops.
Why did you put that on the bonnet?
You see that on there?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Why
Shall we see if we can get it off?
Okay.
Let's see if we can peel it off. Well, I arrived back with 9 miles left, and having driven back from Dundee, so that's fine. So all in all, that was a really good day. I'm glad it was organised. So kudos to the Energy Saving Trust and all those folks for. I can see somebody trying to sneak through. I'm going to get them on camera here as they come through. And he's hiding, you see, he doesn't want to be on camera. So yeah, good day, and great to meet folks, to meet some other people that I've seen, like Robert Llewellyn. Of course, I've been watching a lot of his video blogs, programs. Bye. There, so that was really good. And then meet other folks that have been watching this one, and talking with people about the infrastructure, about what they're doing, the pros and cons, and then I've met a number of people. So I've met 2 Zoe drivers that their cars were both a week old. They'd just picked up their cars, and this was one of the things talking to people about Zoes is that there really is there's a long waiting list for Zoes at the moment. I think they really are selling in Europe, the sales, which, you know, they started off quite slowly, and I certainly thought that the Zoe would sell more quickly to begin with, and then all this competition came in of other cars, the VW e-up and things like that, and the BMW i3, and of course the Nissan Leaf was there before the Zoe was, but the sales really seem to have picked up over the last year or so. And now there is like a kind of 5-6 month delay before you get delivery after you put your order in to the factory. So some the folks are being told like it's gonna be 4 or 5 months, and then it's getting delayed another month, and then maybe another month there. So that's I mean, it's a good sign that there's more uptake, and I think maybe a bit of surprise there, they're not being able to keep up with the demand, but that's very encouraging, I thought. Really good to hear, though it did mean that some folks that were planning to buy a Zoe didn't. They bought the likes of a Nissan Leaf instead, because couldn't wait the length of time you'd have to wait. When I ordered this one, I ordered it in October and it arrived in December. And then I kind of left it at the dealership for a few weeks till it turned over to the new registration before picking it up, which was quite a hard case of delayed sort of gratification there, but I just about managed to hold off. Anyway, but a good day. So that's enough waffling on this particular episode for tonight. Cheers all, and keep on your EV driving, all you EV drivers out there. Bye.